There was about 60 plus guys trying to fit into 21 uniform, and that don't happen. So this guy from Norfolk named Sam Allen, he passed me like I was bagging up. So he finished first and I finished second. But now we starting to throw to the bases, and as a catcher, I was throwing on the first base side, and the second baseman was making a tag, and throw it again, he was making a tag, and they liked the way I played. So now it's cutback time. Didn't call my name. Now we're having a little scrimmage like game. So I went 2 for 3. Now they cussing and still talking about they don't want me on the team. You see, some of these guys been playing for 15 or 20 years. Some had records that carried switchblade knives. The famous Goose Tatum stabbed Leon Day, Hall of Fame pitcher, on the first base line because he thought Leon Day was throwing at him. You heard of Reese Goose Tatum? He was the clown prince of basketball, played with the Globetrotters. He's in this book.
So you were able to matriculate through the ranks, and
Yeah.
you landed with the Satchel Paige All-Stars, right?
Next year, what happened? The East and West games always played in Chicago's Kaminsky Park. That's where the white man looked for the black baseball player. That's what I'm angry about. We opened the door for these black players, and all of them want to be Michael Jordan and Jim Brown in that time. Now, they're coming from Dominican, South America, all over the world playing now. They should open their wallets up to these black players, what few of us are left, because they're making over $100, $200 million. Great contracts. I already get a pension from Major League Baseball. I qualify. You got to have 4 years. Some of the guys don't have but 1 or 2 years. They should get something. They rode the bus, denied service from these restaurants, even after Dr. King went to see President Kennedy. Next year, the manager for the Detroit Stars and the Kansas City Monarchs, I was sitting in the stands. I didn't make the All-Star team. I was with Memphis. I was backup catcher. Excuse me. I was backup catcher for the Memphis Red Sox. I asked him if I could come for a tryout. And he sent for me to come to Birmingham the next year. And I was catching and playing right field for the Detroit Stars. Then came Satchel Paige. It'll cut off. Then came Satchel Paige. That was the greatest thing that ever happened as far as I was concerned, because he loved the way I caught, and I could hit the ball to all fields. Excuse me. I could hit the ball to all fields. And the next year, Satchel Paige came. That was Goose Tatum, like I stated, and Sweetwater Clifton, who was the first black player to play for the New York Knickerbockers, who had played in the Negro Leagues. So we had a great year, and that was the year that the Yankees came looking, and that's when I was signed. They had followed me throughout the All-Star games in 58 and 59 when I made 2 years in a row. And that's when I was signed in Griffith Stadium, where the Washington Senators played. And I went to the Winter League, and I put the pinstripes on. Now, you got to be good. When the New York Yankees signed a black player back then, you had to be good. Now, what happened from 40 years back, those guys weren't good. Reggie Jackson went there because he was a home run hitter. I wanted to go where Elston Howard was. Elston Howard played for the Kansas City Monarchs. And I played for the Monarchs. And I wanted to go there. I went to the Florida State League and led the league in everything but home runs and got released. So then I came back here to Roanoke, and Satchel Paige called me and asked me if I wanted to come out there and be his catcher. We're going to play in every state we're going. Man, we played in all provinces of Canada. That's the greatest time of my life I ever had, was being his catcher and right fielder, because he was one clever man. And if he had an education, he could have worked for any major league team out there. And the thing about him, he's the greatest of them all. You know why? These guys today throw hard as he did, but they throw the ball down the heart of the plate. He painted the corners. When I'd warm him up, to get behind the plate in the bullpen, warming them up, that's too big for him. I found a hot dog wrapper and put it down. He said, that's too big. He said, get that chewing gum wrapper. I put a chewing gum wrapper down there, and believe me, he threw it right over that wrapper. He was amazing. He never had arm trouble. What is happening today, I don't know what these teams are doing, but they're building these baseball players up, tightening their muscles up to hit home runs. They can't hit the cutoff man. They playing a half a baseball game. Hitting home runs, you can't throw nobody out. They can't run the first base, they got a hamstring. They're gone for 30 days. You're making $100 million and you're hurting your ball club.
So, during your travels, being on the Satchel Paige All-Stars, what were some of the experiences that you had by being a person of color that stand out to you? You had mentioned earlier not being able to go to certain restaurants and things like that. So can you give us a picture of what that looked like and how you all had to be careful and how you carried yourself and everything?
Yeah.
Can you go into that for us?
In Saxton, Missouri, when we went there now, there were 6 teams when I came, thank the Lord. I made it in time. We played in Saxton, Missouri. When our bus pulled in there, they were so happy to see us, like on Andy Griffin, when the gold truck was coming through. They were so happy to see us. We played a local team, so we just switched off and played local teams, because the owner of the team wanted people to see Satchel Paige pitch.